Today I want to take you through a two-channel trading strategy. This strategy is very easy to use, very easy to understand, and also very easy to visualize on screen. This strategy uses a fast and slow channel to determine entry and exit points. It's based on the turtle trading example. Turtle trading originated as an experiment in 1983 to demonstrate that by following a set of rules strictly, traders could be profitable, and the experiment was successful. Here we've modified those rules to be simpler and more applicable to foreign exchange trading. If you are interested in turtle trading and want to read more about it, I've included some links that you can follow. The channels I'm using are Donchian channels. These were developed in the mid-20th century by Richard Donchian. The top of the channel is the highest high for the last n periods, and bottom of the channel is the lowest low for n periods. So it's quite simple to determine where the channels are. When Richard Donchian developed this, he specified a default of 20 periods. The development of this indicator predates computers, and when it was developed, it was impractical to calculate indicators more frequently than once per day. And the default of 20 periods conveniently converts to 4 weeks. So remember that it's not a magic number to be used across all periods. If you're going to use channels, Donchian channels, on other time frames, then adapt them accordingly to something that makes sense. For this strategy, I'm using a 4-hour chart, so I'm going to use a 24 period channel, which is 4 days. Let me just add that channel to the chart now. The trading rules are very simple. For the longer period Donchian, buy when the price breaks the upper channel and sell when the price breaks the lower channel. On the chart we can see a point here where the upper channel has dipped down and we've broken through the price with this bar. So that would be our entry point here. Also on the chart we can see where the lower channel has risen to this level and has been broken by this bar, so that would be the entry point for a sell trade. For my second channel, I'm going to use 12 periods, which is 2 days on a 4-hour chart. Let me just add that to the chart now. The faster channel, or the channel with the shorter period, will always be inside or at the boundary of the slower channel. To exit the trades, we're going to use a trailing stop. We're going to close the buy trades when the price breaks the lower level of the faster channel, and we're going to close the sell trades when the price breaks the upper level of the faster channel. On the chart, you can see that we entered a buy trade here, and the 12 period channel low was broken here, and that would have been the exit point for that trade. We would have entered a sell trade here on breaking the bottom of the 24 period channel, and the exit point would have been at this price level when we broke through the upper 12 period channel. You may want to modify this. You might find that some of the trailing stops are a little too far behind for your liking. You could try using the midpoint of the channels. Let me just add the midpoint of the fast channel in here. So you can see in this case we would have been stopped out by using the midpoint of that channel. But in cases of a very fast move, you can see that we would have actually made slightly more profit because we would have hit that midpoint of the channel before reaching the other side of the channel. This is something to use at discretion. The strategy is to wait for the other side of the fast channel, but if you do find a fast move happening, you may want to make sure that you can capture that before the price comes back too quickly. Let's look at some examples on the chart now. If we go back to the beginning of November on the Donchian 4-hour chart, we broke the bottom of the 24 period channel here and would have held that trade until we broke through the top of the 12 period channel here for a profit of 80 points. Then the price broke through the upper channel here, but we would have made a loss on that breaking through the lower channel there for 327 points. Then we would have entered a trade here, and that would have had a small loss, possibly break even at this point. But then we would have broken through the upper channel there. So we would have entered at this point and carried that until we broke through the 12 period channel here for a profit of 561 points. So we can see we made some losses, but then one large win. Then we would have taken an entry on the short side here and carried that through. This point didn't penetrate the channel. That's simply setting the limit for the channel, because the channel simply comes down to touch that bar. We would have held this until, let me scroll through, we would have held it from here until we broke the channel here for a profit of 227 points. Then another buy trade here where we broke through the upper 24 period channel, and we would have held that until breaking the 12 period channel there for a profit of 526 points. Here's another losing trade. We would have entered a short trade there, and here probably a weekend the market gapped, so we would have lost 337 points there. Then we would have taken that long trade here, which also would have resulted in a loss of 259 points, but we would then have taken a sell trade here, which would carry through until we broke the 12 period channel here for 814 points. Then another buy trade there, which would have carried until this point for 991 points. So some losses, but the gains are larger. Looking at the euro chart for the same period, we would have entered a short trade here and held that until we broke the 12 period channel there for 592 points. Then a buy trade here, which would have broken the channel here for a profit of 112 points. A sell trade here, which we would have held until this point for a profit of 346 points. A buy trade here, which we would have held until a profit of 416 points. Another buy trade here, which would close there for a profit of 164 points. A sell trade here, which would have closed for a profit of 150 points. A buy trade, which would have closed for a profit of 576 points. A sell trade here for a small loss of 40 points. Another losing trade, we've taken a buy trade here for a loss of 226 points. Another losing trade entry there for a loss of 143 points. But then a second entry here for a profit of a second entry here for a profit of 483 points. Buy trade here for a small loss of 47 points. Then a short trade here. Scroll it on. Short trade here for a profit of 1,896 points. And a long trade here, which we would still be holding for a minimum profit of 2,796 points. Donchian channel is not an indicator that's included by default with MetaTrader, but there are plenty of versions available on the internet if you want to search to download them. I've also included a download link where you can get this particular version, which displays both Donchian channels at the same time. That's in the description below. As with all strategies, you should test this and use it carefully and make sure that it meets your trading style. If you found this useful, then please leave a like, and if you would like to see more videos like this, then remember to click the subscribe and the bell icon to be notified when we post more. Thank you for watching.